having an amazing conversation with Marianne about the way of growing, the way of transcending, because grow means absolutely nothing if it is said from the rational mind. If it doesn't evolve transcending, which means disappearing, and the next step is something unique and absolutely different from everything you thought or experienced in your life. When I was a child, I was having many layers that they were keeping me disconnected from normal society in a way, giving me the capacity to be a better observer, but a worse actor for them. Because for them I was a shy person, introverted, but introverted and shy. At that time, in Spain, it had only this negative connotation that people can think of. Like, you're gonna be a loser all your life. So, from any perspective in my life, I've been always the quantum white sheep. By doing something how I feel like doing it. But you have to learn, and the way I learned, it was having different patches in the personality, and those patches can be anything. It can be makeup, it can be hairstyle, it can be whatever, and you are either getting more or less connected with the majority of the society. And that's the first, well, not the first, but as a teenager probably is the first huge, easy disjunctive that you think you have to take one or the other paths, and if you take one, you are against the other, and if you take the other, you are against the one. And you could have taken both at the same time easily. When you do that in everything that today you cannot imagine doing it, that's the moment, that's the spot that you have to find. And the ones that you found is easy, well done, blah blah blah, probably obvious, but there is always another branch, the nemesis of your whole goal. And there are so many things that intellectually are understood but have never been experienced as a higher level of experience that is like 100 million times bigger than being on 8K sphere, having an immersive possession of the technology. So the technology helps a lot to many things, and it is disconnecting a lot to many people. That's one of them. When you are aware of all of them and you feel comfortable the way you are dealing with yourself and with the rest of the items to be interacted with, because it can be rain, sun, cold, wind, people, people be, people see, cat, lizard. If you don't have a purpose in life, how are you going to know how you are feeling? The purpose in life is feeling. The purpose of life in Spanish, I always said this, is el sentido de la vida es sentir la vida. It's because that unites past, present and future, creates your path at the same time that you are the creator. So you are following and creating your own path. You are the monk of your own religion. It is the same perspective. Once you are aware of all these things, you don't want to be seen like any other person that they believe in church, or they believe in this, or they believe in that. You want to be seen as this person. That if you think that not having your ideas is very bad for you and you are gonna be aggressive towards me, then at least learn that there are some people like that. And that's it. But once, why once you feel this way, why I would put any kind of mask that is accepted in the majority of the society when there is no such thing of majority of society, because all the peoples that they consider majority, they are minorities again inside in many other ideologies. So it doesn't matter if it is about sex, about religion, about football, about music, about art, about money, about beauty, about anything that you can become the expert, and you can be feeling many different things through that. But as long as you are disconnecting from your true self, you are feeling that something is missing, and you're doing something more for the goal than from your internal energy pushing you there, taking you there, because it's not there. It's here, it's there, it's backwards. So when you want someone to meet you, you have to be free. And to be free means that there is nothing that you need from that person, and there is nothing that the other person needs from you. Otherwise, none of us are free. Even in those conditions, none of us are free. But that's the first condition, and most of the times that never happens in the first approaching. And when it happens to me, it happens that way. That's the only way people approach me. They're not gonna take advantage in anything material from me. Or maybe, yeah, it could happen. Of course. So you learn to see the mask in the people. But that doesn't mean anything, because it just means that these people haven't even realized that they are wearing a mask. And the ones who realize, they say, hey, I don't want to keep it outside because I feel so uncomfortable. So, and that's why some people wear high heels. That's why some people operate, some people do this, some people do that. Change all these material things instead of, hey, I don't want to pretend anything that doesn't fit with me all the time. I don't have to depend on where am I going to socialize. If it is a matter of death or life, boom, instantly you do it. Because if being white is an attraction for a lion and being full of shit you're gonna do it. And you're not gonna hate people who smell like shit if you are sharing the same beast. And that's how the globalization is controlled, through the gods that they created, through the fears of the people. And they do it with all the purposes, all the positive that you can imagine and all the negative that you can imagine. But probably none of them are aware of this. The awareness is to bring the information that is accessed through the transcending of the filter that you are creating because you were told that way. But once you feel as a child, you think as a child. And children, the purest, you don't think, you do, you behave, you are. It's impossible that two children that they don't know each other, they have any hate or resentment. And if they have it, it was contaminated by someone previously. It never happened to me. Maybe some people tried and they didn't manage. I don't know, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is to be aware of these kind of things. Happy New Year.